Welcome to World Predictions and Royal Revelations. I'm astrologer Val Evans. I'll be reading the charts and tarot cards with Amber from Taurus Moon Tarot to find out what's ahead this week in the news and what's coming up for Princess Catherine in January. It looks dramatic. I'll be using a predictive astrology technique using solar return charts that you can't find anywhere else online. So even if you're not a royal watcher, it's a great way to learn astrology. And thank you to my members, the valedictorians, who make this show possible, as well as our incredible replay crew. Hello, Amber. Happy Friday. What did you see ahead for us?
Two very interesting clues. One is a wedding. There is a wedding afoot. I don't know who it is, but everything tells me there is a wedding. And it's likely some gentleman that might be older, might be past his prime in terms of marriage age, but there's a wedding and a connection. So, or an engagement. It could even be an engagement. And then the second thing that I have has to do with some kind of headline. There might be some kind of bombshell is the word that comes to mind around customs. And that's literally what comes out with these astrology cards. I've got my Jupiter expansive card. I have the 9th house. And the first thing I thought of was something to do with customs. There could be headlines around customs, delays, concerns, issues. I don't know. But it's bombshell type of energy.
That is crazy because I have bombs this week and we're going to look at the chart. So I've got Princess Catherine's January prediction for the subject of this show. Now, I don't know if this has anything to do with Princess Catherine, but I am seeing a very difficult T-square that often comes up in our solar return charts. And I want to talk a little bit more about it. But the cards that I got for the show is Knight of Wands, and I also got the Lovers reversed. So maybe a partnership, and I was basically talking about the subject of this show. So maybe some type of partnership could be something maybe that has to do with a female, maybe a reversal of plans. What do you think?
I also have the Lovers card with my 4 of Wands. And there's some kind of partnership, absolutely, or a choice between partners, a choice of partners too.
All right, so we're talking about Princess Catherine's January prediction. And if you're interested in members-only content, you can go to my latest show about Angeline Mock. And Angeline was recently accused of murdering her mother. So we went through the crime chart for this case. It was super interesting. A couple of surprises. Kris Jenner's 0070 birthday party. The theme was spies, Bond girls, and it was just probably the hottest ticket in town. It was at Jeff Bezos and Lauren Sanchez's mega mansion. So I want to break this down because there's a little bit of controversy when it comes to a duchess. Definitely check out my book, The Secret Career Code. You can get a lot of information from your hiring date as well as your solar return chart. And The Secret Career Code is a book that shows you how to read that horoscope. And it's pretty fascinating. You can find out a lot about your boss, your coworkers, the job itself, and the future at your position. Big news across the pond. Starmer and Reeves ditched the budget plan. This just happened today, Thursday, to increase income tax rates. And it's good news, very good news for everyone. The last thing we all need is income tax raises. People can hardly get along or get by as it is. Good news this week. Income tax is so big in the news. Of course, we're talking about Scorpio, which represents tariff and taxes. The guests that were ejected mid-stay from bankrupt hotel chain Sonder, this was an affiliate of the Marriott Hotel Group. People were just kicked out, and in some cases, their luggage was packed for them and put out in the hallway. It's like a horror show, and makes me think about the hotel industry. This could be some kind of maybe an omen with the hotel industry. What do you think?
Let's see. Ooh, it is about the hotel industry, for sure, with the Ace of Wands. That's a yes, but what is it? Oh, this person is sleeping. And it's definitely some regret around some choices that were made in the past. So there's something coming back around that kind of bites you.
We're talking about Pisces and Neptune when we're talking about insurance, hotels,
Mhm.
scandals. I wonder, will there be some type of hotel executive that is in for a real shock maybe in the coming weeks?
Look at this. The devil and the Queen of Swords. So is it a female? Maybe a female that might have Capricorn qualities. Someone who is very astute.
And it's like a weapon too. Could that mean cuts in the hotel industry? That would be
It
typical, I
could
guess.
absolutely be cuts. Yes.
Yeah, I wonder who this female is. Probably a very intelligent female, maybe an
Mhm.
executive.
Maybe older.
That was not reversed though.
No.
So maybe she's just cutting. One thing that I saw this week was the Titanic passenger's watch that was found was expected to fetch $1 million. We are talking about boats, which you've mentioned over the months, how boats are such a big, big deal. This is time. This is Saturn. Saturn, it's about a boat. We're looking at a lot of boats right now being attacked by the US. The US claiming there's drugs. Do you think that this is some kind of an omen? We're seeing a watch, like maybe is time running out on something?
Ooh, that is an interesting omen. Yes. And oftentimes this in the upright with that yes, it's like it's an omen, yes, but it's by design. There's a purpose behind it.
Okay, good.
Look at all this water. Yes, the Two of Swords in reverse.
Oh,
I get the word stranded.
and there's water. Yeah, so there's water there. Could be maybe there are two boats.
Yes, it absolutely could be two.
When you're trying to do something during Mercury retrograde and it backfires, and in this case, Prince William's trying to do something really nice, making a surprise appearance. Everybody was talking about this today. Makes surprise appearance on Dancing with the Stars, congratulating people. He doesn't look very good, but this is so typical Mercury retrograde. The lighting is off. You don't look yourself. So I thought that was relatable. Now, I've got this omen for Camilla. Now, it doesn't seem like she's got luck on her side lately with all the things that she's experiencing, but we're seeing this white ballerina in the news, which potentially could be a good omen for someone having all of these pictures of this beautiful performance, very talented ballerina next to her in the news. Do you think that is a good omen for Camilla?
It made me think of Libra. So let's see if we have any Libra energy come through. Oh, it is good. Look at that. The Wheel of Fortune. Couldn't be better. And with the World card.
Whoa. Can the World card sometimes, does it mean something large, like lots of luck?
Definitely, it means a wider stage. And when you said that, I got the Two of Wands, which is about foreign shores and looking out over into the distance, having some kind of expectation about what's coming to you. She has an expectation of something that's good coming to her, and it will.
Glad somebody's making out well. The Libra would be from Asian origin. So Libra would, and also beauty. I always see the word lavish. I mean, in probably the last maybe 2 years, especially this word. Everything's lavish. It's a lavish party. It's a lavish vacation. You get the idea. And what is lav? Lav is a toilet. And so it's a Pluto word, Plutonian. And we're living in those very strong Plutonian times or energy that has to do with anything that's lavish is going to be thrown in front of everyone, and people might have a Plutonian energy, maybe some jealousy. It comes to my mind anytime I see that word. Now, this is the show chart for us, and Mercury still is the chart ruler. We are Gemini rising, and it so speaks to what we're going through right now because it doesn't look so positive pointing at the ascendant because we're having communications issues with the technology, with the software right now. So it hasn't been so easy getting started. And you could see we've got this square here, and you could see this Pisces. It's a little bit blurry, which I've been saying that word blurry. So having a little bit of trouble there. However, some positive things too. We look at Mercury. Mercury is in retrograde and it is conjunct Mars in Sagittarius. And what am I probably going to be talking about is Hollywood. Sagittarius is Hollywood, and there is a trine from what we're saying. Mercury is us to whatever this is up here. Could be the Epstein scandal, could be an old scandal, could be old pictures, something that has to do with a bed, maybe, which is really what the picture is on this thumbnail. So we might be talking a little bit about that. Look at that stellium in Scorpio. Of course, we're talking about taxes. Sixth house is workers, it's income tax. So we already mentioned that. There is a nice grand trine going through this chart. Makes me think that we will be able to talk easily about a couple of subjects, especially that Scorpio. Oh, got Venus in Scorpio. So this represents maybe females with black hair, females that wear purple, like Prince. Way up high here, we got boats. We're talking about boats. Maybe we'll be able to make a prediction of some sort. What is your take on a prediction that we could make this week?
I don't know if this is related. I, out of nowhere today, this morning, randomly decided to listen to the best of Prince. Purple Rain. Yes. And I was playing it in my car driving. I haven't heard any of his music in years, and I just was drawn to listen to Purple Rain and all of his best hits. Scorpio, speaking of Scorpio, the death of a star. And we're talking about Prince, who has passed. Is there an omen there with someone quite recognizable?
Could it be something that has to do with a drug problem?
Oof, let's see if we get some Neptune energy. Someone young. It could be cups. That could definitely be it. But it feels like it could be a female. Could be people that they've known from childhood. Like that's like nostalgic.
Okay. There's definitely, there's a murderer here. I mean, Scorpio is going to show murders and adoptions and taxes. Scorpio showing the Middle East, possibly some things that we're going to get. And look at this. I always like to keep an eye on Regulus and look at how part of fortune is within 3 degrees of Regulus. This is a king here. Wow. Look at this. Look at this. I just saw this. This is a T-square here. This is a T-square. Ooh, this does not look so good. This is a betrayal of a royal, and it looks like it could be coming in this week if it hasn't already activated. What do you think about this betrayal?
Black Moon Lilith.
Yeah.
Ooh, it's more of the communication that could be part of the betrayal. This is emails, text messages, that kind of information, and it comes in hot. Tower in reverse.
What do you make of the tower in reverse?
Someone might be trying to sidestep, save face, save reputation, save their reputation. There might be it's PR. It's a lot of PR, scramble of PR.
So that's our show chart. But what we usually do is we're going to look at our weekly chart, which starts on Sunday at midnight. This is this week's chart. And we have a Virgo rising, another chart that doesn't look so great, at least from the rising sign here. And Virgo represents pets. It represents accounting. There's bad accounting. Somebody's fighting the accounting. This is definitely the unemployed, the people who are working, and they are stuck and they're angry, it seems. Because Mercury represents the unemployed here. And you've got an opposition to Uranus. Could there be a strike of the workers this week?
Ooh, yes. A group. Absolutely. In the upright, that 3 of Cups. And it's people of the same likeness. They might all have a similar thread. And it could also always be women, but it could also just be a group of people of the same ilk. Women could be the ones that strike. Yes, look at this Aquarius energy with that Ace of Swords. Cutting.
Interesting. Lots of cutting this week. Uranus in this big drop here. And when I see this and there's the sun involved, it's usually something that is hot. It could be in a subway, it could be someplace like in a basement, but this is a big shocker. There it is, the rising sign. South node is in there in the first house. Workers are sad. South node, very sad. So we're going to turn this into the calendar, and it seems like there could be a couple of days here. There could be Sunday. I would say the biggest day, though, it seems lately, is late Thursday, Friday. That's when that Uranus just rears its ugly head. Do you think this could be something that has to do with Gaza and maybe another surprise, possibly a bombing?
Oof. This is actually almost like there's a mystery and a secret, and it's something from underground. It's
Wow.
below the surface.
You've gotten that before with the BBC scandal, how that something is coming to light, possibly with people in power. You're seeing it more and more all over the world. We
Yeah.
do have something nice here coming in, and that would be on Monday. This is something that the public's pretty happy about. Why do I say the public? It's because the moon here. There's some money coming to the public. And this also looks like something very famous too. Maybe it's possibly because of the Sagittarius. This is the courts. So maybe the court is approving something where the money goes to the people, which we're kind of seeing already with Trump. But this is something extremely, extremely famous. I think it might start on Monday. Wow. This is like a famous, wealthy woman, and she's doing something everybody's just like, wow. I would say Aquarius is pretty wow. It's like, I don't know if it's shocking, but it's a good thing.
I can't believe you said Aquarius. I have the moon again, the star card, and the Six of Cups. This is definitely like a star, female, famous, doing something with the moon to help people. And it's a gift. This is a gift.
Maybe it could be a wealthy female giving something, and it is huge.
Yes.
Possibly an endowment because Sag is colleges.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe a famous donation of some sort
Yeah.
that's happening, and maybe it's Harvard or something. This is a very specific question I have for you. If this is a college, which college do you think it is?
Ooh, let's see. I don't know why this jumped, but I'm taking it. Oh, the tower in reverse. An old college with a bell tower kind of energy.
Okay.
Yeah, it could have some kind of, the name love. I don't know why that came into my mind, but love something.
Well, we'll have to see. So yeah, it just seems like somebody's coming to the rescue to somebody. And when you have the tower reversed, that's sort of, could it be like an institution that's weak that
Well, it
needs
could
help?
actually be a recovery of a university or recovery of some kind.
Okay. So we like the tower reversed.
Yes, a renovation.
Libras are all about renovation and redoing things.
It could be a religious university also, or has some religious components with the Hierophant as well.
Definitely because of that Sag there. It's
Yeah.
like a church. It's a big
Yes.
something very famous that's positive that has to do with a church of some sort. And yeah, so that might be coming in this week. I wonder if it's a shock. It's almost like a religious shock because around the time that this is coming in, this whole opposition is happening. So could this be some type of a religious debate that is super, super heated this week?
Yes. Again, with the Ace of Cups. Yes.
Whoa, that's crazy. Okay.
Where are they pouring? And it could actually be around their financial status, having some kind of, I keep hearing St. Albans. St. Albans.
Okay.
Mm.
And it would make sense because Virgo is accounting. So we might hear that word about accounting. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's see here. It looks like the bad guys get really shocked, but then start to recover a little bit later on. And I say that because Saturn is activating on Thursday, and something happens here. The bad guy, of
This
course,
Black
being this
Moon
Black
Lilith
Lilith
character
character.
is.
Can you give us a profile for this week? Who this Black Moon
Someone
Lilith
who might
character
actually,
is?
they have dumb luck. They have dumb luck. Oh, but they might be very scorpionic looking. They might have that look to them. That death card.
Okay, so does that mean the Ace of Swords that's talking?
It is. Yes, communication. It's an Aquarius energy.
Okay, we got a sword here, okay? And we've got death. So are we talking
Yes.
about somebody who a bad guy that has to do with a murder? Is a bad guy being offed this week?
I just got the Emperor and it fell on the floor. And the star card, super famous. I keep getting the star card. More Aquarius.
We got the star card one time, and it was like another day or so afterwards, there was a bomb. So bombing is going to be big this week, and we may be hearing about that with, of course, we're getting Aquarius and all of that, but there's even a scandal now in Ukraine with that star. I wonder if that could be a drone or a bomb or something like that. Yet we still have that. The moon is in good shape. People in the public are able to move. It's also something that's positive with the maybe Asian markets. I'm not sure. Maybe the Nikkei is going to be moving along. There's Uranus there with a big drop. This is pretty. In the past, I've said Uranus at 29 degrees is kind of like a makeshift bomb. It's not the best bomb, or it's something possibly that's a weapon that is poorly built.
Yeah.
And so why would I say that maybe it's late Thursday, Friday? Because that's when Uranus is going to activate. So we'll have to see what the timing is for this week's prediction.
Yeah.
Okay, well, this week we had Venus in Scorpio, a woman with black hair, and she was wearing purple, and that was Kim Kardashian at her mom's party. And there is Prince Harry there, and of course, Meghan Markle. And just to quickly go over a party chart, the first house would be the guest of honor and the overall personality of the party. Second would be maybe the food, definitely the budget. Third house is what everybody's talking about at your party or after the party. Fourth house is who's hosting it, whose house is it. Fifth house, family. Sixth house are the servants. Got to keep an eye on the servants. Seventh house is partners, maybe partners that you're inviting, maybe could be business partners. And eighth house, secrets. Ninth house, the media, what they're going to cover. 10th house, what everybody sees. And then the 11th house, what the friends are doing, what the friends are thinking. So this is, I thought we would do, first of all, Meghan Markle's solar return. We had a little bit of a shocker here, something that she was not expecting. It was around the time of this party that she went to. And of course, she went to a huge party during Mercury retrograde. There was going to probably be misunderstandings and miscommunications, which they're going back and forth. Sources are saying that there were pictures that were deleted of Meghan and Prince Harry, and there was some sour grapes about it because Kim and Chris had to delete the pictures with them. It's sort of coming out now that it was on the eve of Remembrance Day, and it's possible that the royal couple, did not want to be insensitive, and so that's the reason they wanted it to be deleted or did not want a lot of criticism for that. It's just going back and forth. I think it's just they love controversy over there in Calabasas. Makes me think they're going to let that run through the press cycle a little bit so they can continue to get their pictures out there, but I don't really think that there's
Mm,
actual any bad blood. I do think that because of Uranus right there, it
mm,
did kinda shock Meghan Markle because maybe she did think that the photos were not gonna be seen, or that she was surprised that there would be an issue with the photos and the timing of them. Can you give me a card on, is this a real argument, or is this just something that's kind of being put out in the
I
press?
think it's overblown. That Four of Cups, which is about complacency and kind of boredom, and it's like a flat tire. It's a nothing
I was
burger.
gonna say that term too. Yes, it's a nothing burger. Anytime that they are in the news, either one of them, they are
Mhm.
making money.
Money.
And you could see that with the shock here with Uranus. An
Mhm.
astrologer might tell you if they saw a chart like this, they would say, "Hey, look, this is going to be a misunderstanding or something that is kind of shocking to you, but look at how it hits your second house. You're making a lot of money, whatever the shock is." Not to say that that's the most important thing, but it's just a nice aspect to the second house of finances. This is the Kardashian party. And the Kardashian party, it really started out in the late degrees of Gemini, but since nobody's really on time to a party, I'm going to make it a Cancer rising, which really gives the personality of Kris Kardashian. She is a mom. You can see how there is a trine to Venus in Scorpio, which would be the fifth house. That's one of the daughters or the family. Of course, the lady in purple is representing the family. So Kim's in there. Oh, I put Megan in here as a name asteroid, and you can see how there is kind of a shock here. And
Mhm.
who is angry? There's a bunch of people who are angry, and that
Hmm.
is the friends of the party. And
Ah.
it is possible that maybe they're angry because they didn't get a picture, or
Hmm.
they're just upset for some reason. Maybe there's something behind the scenes. But I also have the Megan name asteroid up at the top. And isn't it interesting that what everybody's talking about, the 10th house, is 007 or 0070? And that's Pisces, that's the spy. Yeah, these are photos here, photos of Megan. Looks
Yeah.
like great photos, but they were ultimately stopped. Saturn square moon means to stop the photo.
Mhm.
It sure does look like Megan. She gets so much press out of this. I mean, it's ridiculous. Unfortunately, she has to sacrifice sometimes. And
Mhm.
then there, of course, Sag, which is Hollywood. So maybe she doesn't want to talk to the Hollywood people. The party ends up being all about Megan, which is really interesting
Uh-huh.
with Megan's being up at the
Yeah.
top there. Harry's up at the top. There is an opposition to Venus, a woman in purple, and
Yes.
then a T square with Pluto. And it is possible. I don't think we saw any pictures with Harry and Kim Kardashian. And so I think he kind of just stayed away for a little bit, didn't really want to take a photo. So that could be part of that T square there. Um, but Megan took a picture with her. Okay, so this is Princess Catherine's solar return chart starting in January. We have Chiron here, and we talked about this in past shows. This is at 22 degrees. This is something, Aries on the good side can mean somebody who's starting a business. I don't think it's Princess Catherine starting a business. Somebody who's really motivated, somebody who's a lot of energy, and somebody who is an advocate. So this year she might be seeing, or she might be seen as, an advocate of some sort. But the
Mhm.
issue is that, oops,
Mhm.
it's this T square here, which is not really being an advocate. It's being angry with her husband. And Saturn is, I'm sorry, Jupiter is Prince William. This looks pretty bad. It could be anger. It could be something that has to do with dad, because it's pointed to
Mhm.
the 10th house. And it almost makes me wonder if there are some decisions that are being made at the very top that
Mhm.
cause harm, with the royal couple, Prince William and Princess Catherine. What do you think we're seeing here with this T square?
Wow. The King of Wands. Mhm.
He's making trouble, I think.
Yeah.
maybe
How
he
strange.
doesn't mean to, but the decision making, it almost shows here.
It's
Go
a
ahead.
decision. It's definitely a decision. It's a decision about the heritage, the past. It could even have to do with Diana.
Is there any bodily harm here?
Hmm. I was thinking that when I saw that chart. Oh, we can't with this card.
Oh,
We,
the answer is being hurt. And
hmm,
now, what could happen here is a lot of times it's not super, super dramatic. It could simply be that you step on a nail in the middle of a construction zone. So you've got to be
mhm,
really careful when you see that Aries and Chiron in there. It can be a headache. You can hurt your head. You can be angry and hurt about something that is going on. And these are rules. She does not want or can't play by the rules here. This is all Capricorn. Will we see Princess Catherine maybe pulling out of events or doing something where it looks like she's breaking the rules and might be hurting the upper level?
wow. I mean, I'm taking this as a yes. This is my Catherine card, and she is upside down. This is Capricorn energy. She's stuck. She's not in her best place.
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah, and what would hurt, because when I'm looking at that, I'm seeing that there are some wounds for everybody, not just her, but also the government. And a lot of times that's because she is not able to participate. So it hurts the popularity of maybe
Hmm.
the royals, or
Yes.
the diplomacy somehow.
I was thinking death of an ego because I had the Six of Wands in reverse. It's like, and I mentioned reputation earlier, something about
Mhm.
damaged reputation, PR. Hmm.
Yeah. Well, let's see. Mars is her. That's the rising sign up here. She really is fighting something. Is it something now? This is the fourth house of home. Is there a possibility that they're telling her, they're kind of going, they meaning the top level, the firm, are they
Mm.
telling her something? They're kind of going back on a promise, and that's painful.
Hmm. Yes. Six of Cups. It's something emotional. It's like a retreat of a gift. It's something from the past. It's something that she feels is hers. Yes, look at this underneath the Ten of Swords. Always that put a fork in it. It's over. Oh, and right underneath that is the Devil.
Whoa.
22.
This is not my favorite conversation because this does looks like it could be severe. It looks like, there's something that you need to overcome in this chart.
Yeah.
But it's crazy because South Node shows that, I mean, this is Catherine up here,
Where
and
are
this,
the siblings?
what's that?
Where are her siblings?
Where are her siblings? Let's see. Well, is it her younger sister? Is
Mm-hmm.
Mercury up at the top? Yes, it could have something to do with her younger
Mm-hmm.
siblings, and then the sun is up there too.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. That
Huh.
Six of Cups makes me think about something to do with her siblings.
Okay. Huh. Uh, hmm. Well, there's definitely a T-square here. It seems now with regard to the siblings, we've got a big T-square here, which could also be a scandal of some sort.
Mm.
And she's gonna be very angry about whatever's happening here in the first couple of months of 2025, but it does look as if, maybe her
Mm.
let's look at the ninth house of the media, and Jupiter is here. Oh, wow. This is a war
Mm.
with the media.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Okay.
Yeah.
And then Venus could be Prince William up here. So he's all in the middle of all of this.
Hmm.
Wars. Yeah. Big time news come around April there. At the same time, we have a nice aspect here with the South Node. So there is an issue that she's had to deal with. She could say goodbye to. That's sixth
Mm.
house. That could be a work type of thing, or it could be health. What is she saying goodbye to?
Oof, let's see. Oof. You know, something that's obviously weighed her down significantly. It's been a burden. It's been a partnership, likely, some kind of collaboration. It could have to do with charity work for sure. She might actually let go of something that she's a patron of, or yeah, she's
Okay.
changing that, the death card again.
Mhm. With Aries, that can mean the military or the
Mhm.
police or like
Yes.
authorities of some sort. Is there something like that? Maybe military coming in could be something Aries related, like war or possibly Germany, something like that. What do you think?
It's a yes with the William card. Maybe he's connected to it as well. It's like
Okay.
the Three of Pentacles with this, something they did jointly, perhaps.
Okay.
Hmm.
Yep. Okay. Interesting. And yeah, I mean, sometimes a T square means you can't do something that you want to do. You can't do it. So
Yeah.
and then we've got Prince George's chart, and it does look like there's something that's happening regarding Harry, because this is Harry this year. And we've got Prince George. So his dad is going to be Jupiter. So Jupiter's here. And you could see a red line going right through here.
Mhm.
His dad is here. Sixth house is the third from the fourth. So that's the younger brother. And there is that's a pretty big shock here. This is happening around Christmas time. Do you think the royals will get a surprise for the holidays and it's Prince Harry?
Hmm. Oh, wow. This is someone, knight, coming in to apologize, to offer something. This is an olive branch. That's possible. And he's a traveler. Traveler.
Whoa.
Hmm.
Amazing, amazing, amazing. All right. Yeah, because you could, but William does not like it. And
Hmm.
maybe there's a discussion, but it's a big shock. And I don't think Prince William is expecting it. We've got Princess
Hmm.
Catherine. This is around January if we wanted to do a further investigation to see what's going on. We've got the sixth house here of work, coworkers, workers, and her husband is here. So there's some kind of and there's Chiron again. There's something happening here where there is could be some discord, but these are the firm. There is a huge rule being broken that it is a no-no. Oh, they are not supposed to do this. And
Yeah.
this is in January. What rule is
Mhm.
Prince William or Catherine breaking?
Huh. It might have to do with money, what they're choosing to do with some money. Hmm. It could have to do with teachers. It could have to do with art. It could have to do with animals. There is an unhappiness in the way in which they are spending money around maybe those things.
And maybe they are trying the firm is trying to put a leash on some of this, whatever it is.
Yeah.
It's you don't do that kind of thing. They're really trying to push it. It looks like, especially Williams trying to do that. So maybe spend less than usual, which is what they
Or,
like to say.
or it could be money towards something around Diana. It keeps coming up. Could be some kind of something in her name where they're not in agreement that that is where the
Okay.
money should be invested.
And then if we really want to get into the deep investigation, we are
Mhm.
going to look at around January 18th. This is a Sunday. This is for Catherine. I assigned her time of birth, interesting how the rising sign that week is right on Regulus, and the sun is
Mhm.
conjunct Pluto. This is something very, very, very bright and can also look very good too. You've got this grand trine here. Uranus shows change and completely changing something and having the ability to do it. And boy, is there somebody who is trying to stop her. Whoa. This is this is a bad guy here who I think it could be maybe somebody who is a traditionalist. Sometimes
Mm,
Capricorn can show people with dark features, with the
mm,
poor for some reason.
mm,
Is Princess Catherine having any problems with the poor in
mm.
January?
Ooh. Mm. Queen of Wands again. I mean, it's a yes in the upright.
Oh.
Um, the Queen of Wands is a philanthropist, and she loves to give to the underdog, if you will. The Queen of Wands is a bit of a softie. Oh, there she is again in the reverse.
And it looks like whoever is here, this is Black Moon Lilith here. Is there a point that's being made here by a royal?
Mm. Oh my gosh. Yes, and it's so crazy that it's again around homelessness, people feeling left out, people feel it being out in the cold. It could have to do with money related to, we've talked about it, the heating again.
Oh
Yes,
my
definitely.
God. You know what I just realized? That we're looking at. Um, let's look at Mercury. Mercury's the weather. Where's Mercury's here. This is a storm. This is a huge storm. I wonder if it's
Yes.
in January. And this is going to kick off a lot of talking and announcements and trying to help people.
Yes.
This looks cold, cold,
Look,
cold, cold.
look at the snow in this card. Yes, the snow
And
falling.
we're already seeing a big storm right now coming in this week. In the next few days, people are kind of battening down the hatches for that because we're getting that Mercury retrograde. Doesn't really matter. If Mercury is in a poor position, then we're going to get some weather, and that is most definitely snow. Are we talking about a lot of snow that week, like
Mhm.
beyond the normal?
Right. Let's see. Yes. All of the elements are in place to create the perfect storm. This is the perfect storm.
If you were to see something like that in your own chart,
Mhm.
you'd book a trip.
Yes.
It's it is possible they might already be on a trip and they can't help because they've left. So there
Right.
are 2 sides to that decision making. Any card that you have or maybe insight on what's coming up this week that people can look forward to, the public?
Well, I just happened, as you asked that question, to see the bottom of the deck, which is the Wheel of Fortune, which I love. So something positive underneath it all. Everything is working out just as it shall and just as it should. And truth. There might be some interesting, positive truth coming forward with both of those together. Could not be more positive.
It's
Yes,
it's
a
too
lot.
much.
Yeah.
I don't know how much I can take of all of this truth.
Yes.
Thank you so much. We'll see you next time and have a great week.